Hey guys, in this video we're going to do an example of sorting in Java using comparable or the comparator interface or the compatible interface. They are very similar interfaces. We're going to use a little bit of unconventional way of doing this. So we're going to sort colors. I know you may not think of colors that you can sort them, but using the hex values you can actually sort them. So I went up here in preparation of this video and I created an object, the object that we would like to sort. So we call it a color sample, and create a main class or a main function basically to just run our sample. So let's just show you how you can have an object, and in Java you can sort that object based on any values or any parameter you want that object to be sorted on. So let's say we have here a color object. All right, so the color object, let's say we're gonna have every color we will have, right? We'll have the red, let's say, and the green and the blue values, right? So after this, let's just we're just gonna create private. We're just gonna create this private values for every color. We'll have the green value, blue value, and the red value. Let's create the getters for all these values. So we're just gonna do public int. We're gonna do get blue. And this is going to return us this as b, right? And we're basically just creating getters for. We are basically creating getters for our private variables. Okay. So let's do public int get red, and then this will return the red value for us. Let's continue with the camel case. All right, and then let's do the last one. It's gonna be, so we did blue, green, blue, red. Let's do green. Let's get green. All right, and then we're gonna do return this, that, G. All right, so we have blue, red, and green. The values of them. Now we need to create a constructor just to initialize sorting. It's going to be sorting sample. So basically we're just going to initialize these three values for color. We're going to do so we're going to do red, green, and then blue. So here we're going to do this, that this, that's blue, equal to blue, this, that green equal to green. All right, so basically what we did here, so every color has three values. It has the green value, red value, and blue value, and we created, so these are the three variables, the private variables. Create just getters for all of them, and this is just a constructor. So every time we instantiate where we create a new color, we have to pass in those true values to that color. And to do our comparison, really we have to turn the color into a hex value and get, and so we can compare them. So we are just gonna get the color. We're just gonna call it get color, and to do that, you have to return. So we have to shift the values a little bit. So for the red, we are gonna shift it by 16. Then we are gonna add the green. Green, we are gonna shift it by 8. And then we're gonna add the blue. Don't worry about this too much. This is really just so we can compare colors. Basically this is specific to this example, but the purpose of this example is just to show you how you can compare your object based on any parameter you would like them to add it. Now we're just going to print the color for these colors. We're just going to print basically their hex values. So what's going to do here is public string. We're going to print the toString. Okay. And after we do that, so we're gonna return string that format. This is just to format them so it can turn those integers These three integers values can turn them into a hex value that we can understand. So we're gonna do 06 x, and then it's gonna be get color. Alright. So as I stated earlier, this is just a sample color. We're just creating a color object. This is just so we can convert that color that we have into a hex value that you can see, so we can recognize which color it is. And in order for us to do that, so now what we have to do is let's just basically create a list of colors and try to sort them. So let's create list, if I can spell. So list of this sorting sample. So we're just gonna call it color list, color sample list equal new array list. We're just creating a new array list, basically. All right. So you can see here we have a new list, right? So what we need to do now is we need to create a few colors that we can add them to this list so we can sort them. So let's create weight. So to create weight color, what you need to do is we just pass in their values 255, 255, 255. I'm sure you're familiar with these numbers, but this is these are the numbers that will give you like the different colors. Well, every color has a specific specific combination of those colors. So sorting sample, let's just add blue sky. I think blue sky will have a color of, I think blue sky has 106. Let me look it up. 207 and then 247. All right. So we have two colors in here, and now we have to add them to our list. So we're gonna add the weight, right? And then we're gonna add the blue sky. Right. So now what we did is we created a list of color. We created two colors and then we add them to the list. Now we have the list of colors. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to sort. First of all, I'm going to print the list as its current status. Then I'm gonna try to sort it. So to let's just print the list first. So this is just print the color list. All right. So to print it, let me do system that out. That's println. Okay. And just gonna call this pre-sorting, right? So this is before then we sort it. This is we're gonna print the list. And I want you to see the elements. So we're gonna do atomic integer. All right, new atomic integer. All right, now let's just print the list. Color sample list. That for each. All right. So we're gonna do item. This is just gonna print the order of this item in the list. We're gonna call it first counter. So we're gonna get an increment. And now what we have to do is all right. Yeah, I need to add the plus in here. Okay. So basically this is just gonna print the array for us. So if you run it, I'll show you what we have so far. Alright, so what we see pre-sorting, and we see the first item. This is white. Looks white to me. This is the hex for white, and this is the hex for blue sky. So you can see we have two elements into our array list, and we print them, and they are white first, and then the blue sky after that. Now we have to sort them. So to sort them, and this is really the purpose of this example, is to sort them more than anything else. So what the way you do it is you just do collection, because this is an array list. This is a list or an array list, and you can sort it using collection. So what you do, you just do sort. Okay. And after you do the sorts, you pass in the list you would like to sort. So this is our list. And then here you pass in what like what the parameter you would like to sort it by. And this is where the most important things come in here is you have, so there's different ways you can do this. So the classic ways to do this is if you go in and create an object. So here we're going to create an object, and we are going to, in that object, we are going to show the comparable interface, how we wanted to compare our object and how we wanted to look at our object and compare them to one versus another. All right, so we are going to reuse this object. So I created this object here. It's called a color comparison, which you can do. And this has to implement the sorting. So implement the comparator interface. So it has to implement the comparator interface, and then here you have to pass the object that we would like to compare. So we are comparing this color sample object. Obviously this is an interface and has functions that we have to override. So let's do that. So here we are going to show how we would like our object to be sorted. In this instance, we have our function compare, and in this function compare, we are going to pass our two object. So this is going to be, we're going to call this the first color, and then this is, we are going to call this the second color. All right. And the way we want them to be compared, really, you can compare them in any way you would like, but in this example, we're just gonna compare them based on the difference. We're basically gonna see, we're gonna compare first color minus the second color, right? Obviously, in your example, you can have any way you would like them to be compared, but here in this example, we are just gonna compare them based on the color. So, and then all we have to do now is pass this object, right? So we pass in the object, the new color, which is the object that implements the comparator interface on this object. And then now this collection or this sort knows how to sort our object. All right, so now let's do this, and I'm just gonna copy this. And so I can show you what happened post sorting. So now we're gonna do post sorting, and then we're gonna do here second counter. Here the second counter. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna print the list pre-sorting. Then we are gonna sort the list based on the parameter that we would like to be sorted by, and then we are gonna see the status of it after it got sorted. All right, let's do it now. All right, so you can see here in pre-sorting we have white, then we have blue sky, then after sorting we have blue sky, then white. You can see that our sorting function basically works. You don't really always have to do this. With Java 8, what you can actually do, which is something you can do in place. So we're gonna do collection.sort. So instead of creating an object, so let's instead of creating an object, you can actually do it right here in place. So what you can do, so this is the first color and this is the second color. You can pass them as X and Y or any other elements you would like them to be passed as. Right, and instead of doing this right here and doing this first color minus second color, you can just do it right here in this element, and you can do X minus or X dot get color minus Y dot get color. So this is no different than this function that we have in here, and this is here. It is showing you that so we are asking the collection to sort our list, and there we are showing it how to sort it. So let's run it and see if there is any difference right now. All right, and you can see is the same thing, the same outputs as before. So in the first element we have white, then we have blue sky. Then here at the second, after sorting, obviously we switch them. We have blue sky and then we have white. So So this is all to it, to use the comparison, to use the comparator interface. I hope this video is useful to you, and I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you.